everyone, and welcome to episode number 17 of the Hooked on Owls podcast. My name is Lacey, and I come to you from Michigan. You can find me on Ravelry as Lacey1321. We also have a Ravelry group of Hooked on Owls. I'm also on Instagram as Hooked on Owls and Facebook as Hooked on Owls, and both of those are all lowercase, one word. All links will be down below for Find Me, and everything else I mentioned today will also be linked down below, including my finished objects and any other podcasters or patterns that I mention. So how is everyone? I know it's been a long time since I've done an actual podcast. I've done several other videos in between to keep moving things along, but I haven't had a chance to actually sit down and do a real podcast in quite a while. It's been raining here nonstop, which is slightly better than the extreme heat, I suppose, but makes it kind of hard to kick the kids outside when it's been raining. But thankfully they've started school, the older three, so that helps move things along throughout the day. So, where do I start? It's been crazy busy. We've had birthdays, and I went to the Michigan Fiber Festival, which is down in Allegan, where we did our podcaster meetup and everything like that. I did do a separate video for it a while back. I'll put a information bubble up above with the link to that, so if you want to check that out and you haven't already, please feel free to do so by following the link, or I will also have it linked at the end of this video if you'd rather watch it afterwards. My bird's probably going to start talking, so don't be surprised if you hear little babbles in the background. It is 11 o'clock at night. I promise you it's not children, it's the bird. So, like I said, we've had a plethora of birthdays. Mine at the end of July, and then we had Abigail turned 9 on the 13th of August, and then it literally goes in succession. Is Leo's the 21st, Josh's mom is the 22nd, and Josh's is the 23rd. So it's been, I call it the month of cake. And we top it off at the end of the month. I make this family recipe cheesecake that takes like an hour to prepare, 2 hours to bake, and then the whole rest of the night to cool. I might have to get him if he keeps it up because he's going to wake up the kids. Anyway, that kind of rounds off our month of cake. But yeah, it's just been crazy amounts of crafting and leveling my character in Willowcraft, and the Fiber Festival, and I've been babysitting and trying to spend a little more time with the kids before they went back to school. So it's been crazy. I'm actually wrapping up a couple pattern tests and starting another pattern test, and I have yet to finish my own patterns and get things like that done. So let's just jump right into it and get things moving, shall we? So my spotlight tonight, I'm not wearing because I wouldn't be able to show you because I don't do yoga. Spotlight tonight is my socks. These are the Lacey socks that I was testing for the Woolly Kraken, who is Nicole Peters. You guys, this pattern is freaking awesome. I absolutely adore testing it for her. I'm not a prolific sock knitter. It took me 3 months to finish Leo's. So I whipped one of these socks out in like 3 days, and that's really good for me because I have large feet and I'm not the fastest sock knitter in the world. I really desperately get a second sock syndrome really bad, but this pattern is great. I cannot remember the name of this yarn. I have it written down in my projects page. I have my spotlight will be linked below, so you can check out all the information there. It is just a short little ankle sock, which makes the sock go by so much faster in my opinion, because it is worked cuff down and it is done with a short row heel, which I had not done until this pattern. And I do like the way a heel flapping gusset fits a little bit better, I think. However, this is a lot easier to do because you don't have to keep track of a whole bunch of different rows for a gusset. It's just got a little short gusset, and the heels you don't have to mark down where you are. It's It's fast and it's easy, and I quite like that. And the toe has a really nice construction to it too. Makes everything go by wicked fast and smooth, and I love these socks. They're super comfortable. I did get gauge, but they came out a little bit larger, and I think that could be because of the kind of yarn I used. If I remember right, it is like a superwash nylon and cotton or linen blend, perhaps. I can't. And now my dog's barking in her sleep. It's going to be a noisy episode. I tried to record the other night, but it was storming so hard, all you could hear was thunder, and it woke up the kids. So I gave up and decided to do it tonight instead. Now my animals are making noise. Regardless, this is my spotlight. Love these socks. Pattern will be linked below if you want to check that out for yourself. I highly recommend it. There are videos for the short row heels. I had to follow because I'd never done one before. But if you haven't done one before, give them a shot, because they're a lot easier than heel flap and gusset in my opinion. And they're quite comfortable, so yeah, spotlight. Obviously that was a finished object, and like I said, that was one of my test knits. Next finished object I have is Sockhead Hat by Kelly McClure, which if you've watched the podcast for a while, got some dark circles. Oh boy, this is getting up early for school thing. That's for the birds. Sockhead Hat by Kelly McClure. If you watched previously, I did make one a while back in a really beautiful Wonderland yarn. It's like gray with blue speckles, and I love that one. I love it so much that even though I don't wear hats, I made another one because I really, really like this one. I like the big slouchy hat. And this yarn, isn't this not fantastic? It's so pretty. This is the color Happy Little Narwhal, and it is by the Woolen Homestead, who is Tiffany and Ethan, and they're fairly local to me. They're about an hour away up in Midland, Michigan. This I made for the podcaster meetup, which, like I said, is talked about a bit in the other video. So if you've watched that, you will have already seen this hat. And note that I finished this recently. I should not have taken the time to do this. One, it was insanely hot, and two, I have a million objects that I have to make for the pumpkin farm that I'm getting ready for. But I find myself not wanting to do these objects, so I find other things to procrastinate with. Like, I completely reorganized my whole yarn stash the other day because I didn't want to make any more owls that day. So anyway, finished object number 2 is this awesome Sockhead hat. This yarn though, you guys, look at this. It's this gorgeous like minty turquoisey color with massive amounts of speckling with like dark blue and purple and pink, and it's even got, ooh, she's attacking me. It's even got little bits of like almost like a goldeny yellow and little flecks of orange mixed in there. I am slightly obsessed with this colorway. I know it looks a little bit different when Ethan does it. I think he does a little less speckling because Tiffany does have a heavy hand with speckling, but I'm okay with that. I love both of their styles of speckling, and that's the best thing in my opinion. I'm sorry if that's freaking anybody out. We'll turn her this way. The best thing about indie dyed yarns, in my opinion, is that every single person that dyes has a very unique style, and even if you line them up, you know, with other people, you'll be able to tell, you know, this style is by one person and these yarns are by one person, because the styles are always along the same lines. They're all fairly similar, which I think is fantastic. So yep, love this hat. I did the 4-inch folded brim, and I only did 7 inches of the slouch because I think that's more than enough in my personal opinion. So there's my finished object number 2. Now, I'm not even going to count the other number unless we do this together, because this is absurd. Like I said, I am making stuff for the pumpkin farm, and for some reason it always sneaks up on me. I mean, I know I do it every year. You'd think I would I say every year, I say, I'm just going to make like a couple things a month and put it away. That way, when the time comes, I'll have something already built up. Do I ever do that? No, I don't. So the last month, right when she calls me and says, hey, we're going to do a drop off in a month. You ready to go? I'm like, yeah, totally ready to go. I have to drop off stuff on September 4th. Now, normally it wouldn't be a problem. I can pump out, fairly massive quantities of quick amigurumi, things like that. The problem is, I do really well there. There's something about this time of year here in Michigan. This is my busy time of year. Always. For some reason, as soon as it hits like end of August, beginning of September, I have had like 5 people contact me for orders. And I have the pumpkin farm. We used to have a Wizard Fest Harry Potter thing go on up in Bay City. They didn't do it last year, and I haven't heard anything about it this year, which is kind of a bummer because I normally did really good there too. And I normally had some stuff left over to take to the pumpkin farm, but I do really well at the pumpkin farm, which sounds like a good thing, but I never have enough. I sell out, like I would take stuff up, like through September is not quite as busy, so as long as I keep working through September to have a mass quantity for the October time frame when everybody is there, I should be okay still. Because last year, the previous couple of years I had been taking owls, and this last year I decided to take some of my mermaids, my aliens, and my unicorns. And I would take stuff up every Friday, and by Monday she was saying, hey, we sold out again over the weekend, bring more. You can't make that much over a weekend. I'm sure all of you know this. So, slightly tangent topic thing there. Let's just, I'm not going to sit here and talk about each one thing specifically too much because there's a decent chunk. I have, you ready? A super classy Thomas the Train Pampers pull-up box full of stuff. I know, it's super high class, right? So, I am going to talk about this first thing real quick because I'm not sure if I really talked about how I got the name Hooked on Owls. My friend, what are you doing? My friend Jessa from a place I used to work at a call center. Her mom had asked, I think I had made her some stuff for her baby shower. And her mom asked, hey, can she make some owls for Charlie, her daughter? And she asked me, and I was like, okay, sure. So I went home and I looked on Ravelry, as a lot of us do, and I could not find a pattern I liked. So I ended up making my own, and I ended up selling like 20-something of them at work that year for Christmas presents, which was fantastic. And then it ended up kind of becoming a thing, and I started an Etsy shop based on my crocheted owls, and I had to think of a name for the shop. So somehow we ended up coming up with Hooked on Owls. Something to do with hooked, crochet hook, owls, crocheted owls, hooked on, crochet. Anyway, this is the owl pattern that started my Hooked on Owls. And this one is blown out a bit by the light. Maybe if I bring him over here. No, you can't really see. He looks kind of shades of peach, but really it's a hot pink and then a light pink. Gray and white and black for this one. Oh, I almost had him. Block the light for a second. There. That looks a little more true. Anyway, there's the first one. This is the only big one I've done so far. I ordered some eyes off of like Glass Eyes. Oh, it's way over there. Glass Eyes Inc. or Glass Eyes Unlimited on Etsy. Only place I order my eyes through. They have fantastic prices. I've always had great quality, and they always supply extra backs. Anybody that works with safety eyes will applaud the fact that they send extra backs. So in case you mess up real bad, you can take your snipper pliers to it, get that one off of there, and you still have an extra back to put the eyes on with. Thank you for that. So, and also you'll see why I get the eyes from here. They also have a batch of glitter eyes that are super cute. I think what I'm going to have to do here is just after I show you to kind of toss it on the floor. So I ordered 2 packs of 15 eyes. So I had 30 eyes. I have not used them all yet, so I still have some to use later to make more of these little owls. But this owl pattern I got off of Ravelry. Now the colors all look wonky over here. It's that darn light. This is like green and hot pink. If I hide them in the light. No. Okay, well. I love these eyes. I think they're fantastic. The quality is fantastic. Wish the color would look better. Okay, so I can't really get the brightness to adjust for the coloring to make it look a lot better, but we're gonna roll with it anyway. So this pattern I found on Ravelry. It is a free pattern. I shouldn't say I found it. I found a pattern a lot like this on Ravelry, and I based this pattern off of that one. I did make some adjustments to the body, to the eyes, and to the beak, but the wings I did keep the same as the pattern just because I thought they were pretty cute. So here's one. Here's 2. Let me put you there. Maybe if I keep them out of the direct light, that'll be a little bit better. Here is 3. Four. These are actually coming up pretty good now if I keep them over here. I love this one. He's super like Halloween vibes. I already lost count. I have like 5 or something. There's this guy. And this one is kind of a local school colors. Not my kids' school colors, but a little closer to the pumpkin farm. There's this guy. This is probably one of my favorite ones. Look at him. Isn't he precious? He's all sparkly. And then there's this guy. We get to attach like a business card. Here we go. As our IDs if we want to, as our price tags. We just have to add like our vendor numbers and price and stuff like that on the back. And there's this guy. Hello. Sorry, I'm a mom. Can you tell? I'm making little stuffed owls talk. And I think I did get the brightness a little bit darker. That must have helped. Because my hair looks really dark brown. This guy. At least my colors are coming up right. I love this one. Oh, and he actually looks pretty purple too. It's like purples and I want to say this color is called like jade. I had just a very little bit left, but it matched the eyes so pretty. Oh, this is the one I did in my up late. I can't remember what I called it. My little video. I'll put a link above right here with what the video was called. I made him in the video. I put him together. It was just like a quick little, watch my hands make a owl. There's this one, pink and gray. These ones sell really good for baby showers. There's more, don't worry, in case you, weren't sick of owls. And this little guy. We're almost done with the little owls, so hang in there. This little guy. There's another one. His eyes are actually blue, not lavender. They look lavender or lilac-y in the picture or in the camera, but they're really blue, like icy blue. He's one of my favorite ones. This guy. I think his eyes are white. And this sparkly little number. I love sparkly yarn. It's so fun. One more owl. Okay. This little owl, he's super sparkly. And he's squishy. So those are all the little owls that I have done. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Looks like 21, I think. And this one rolled under my chair. I also have, I had a little bit of that Icelandic yarn left, and I didn't want to make any more owls at the time, so I made a narwhal. Yeah, totally made a narwhal. Added my card to that one too. So he's got little, this is actually my mermaid fin pattern. I didn't have enough to do a full, this is like all I had left. I didn't have enough to do like a full mermaid tail, or I probably would have used it for that. But the fins are from my mermaid pattern. Then I just made some little flippers. Isn't he cute? So yeah, I'm not sure if I'll duplicate him or not, but I'm pretty sure I wrote down the pattern, so I guess I can if I want to. I don't think I wrote down how long the horn is, but I just can go around and around on that one. Next up I have one of my fox, because I did have one left over already. Got a fuzz on it. So this is my fox pattern. I do have this one on my Ravelry site. It's kind of darky, so it has a little tail back here. Isn't he precious? I love this one. I love amigurumi. It's so much fun to make. Fun story about this guy. If you subscribe to the Happily Hooked magazine at all, they have like a newsletter that they send out an email, and he is on the September issue. Obviously it comes out in September. I think it's like issue number 54, I believe is what it's called. You can actually find it on Ravelry too. I believe you can buy it from their site that way. But this is not in the pattern pack like last time on the online. This is in the actual magazine itself. So that's super exciting to have another pattern in the magazine. So yay for my fox. It's like rustic and refined, I think is the theme. And they have a gorgeous shawl pattern. Gorgeous shawl pattern in that magazine that as soon as I get my copy, I will definitely be making one, because it's pretty. I'll probably make it in the colors too. It's like a tan, brown, and green maybe. I can't remember. Really pretty. So I have one of these. I might make more, but the problem is I ordered all the eyes for the owls. Did not even register that I need more black eyes to make the rest of my stuff. I didn't buy any, and I have like one pair of 9mm eyes, which are what I use for my little unicorns. The pattern that I have on my Ravelry, I think it's like Sweet Sherbet Unicorn, or I may have just changed it to Unicorn, I can't remember now. But and then I have one pair left of the I think these are 12s. I think they're 12s, which I use for my fox and my bigger unicorns and my mermaids. So I need to order some more eyes or go to a craft store and get some more. But I have 3 mermaids done. And this is one. They don't have names. I feel like they should have names. This is actually more teal than blue like it looks in the camera, but the green's right on. And her hair is like my favorite. This is the Red Heart, what's it called? Unforgettable, Red Heart Boutique Unforgettable. So it's super silky soft. And the rainbow colors I thought were just absolutely perfect for her mermaid hair. And the way it hangs is kind of just like flowy and pretty for a mermaid. It works great for unicorn hair too. Super soft and silky. I think this one's the colorway like stained glass, if I remember right. I had a bunch because back, where's it? It's sitting there. Oh, there, I got it. Back when the messy bun beanies became like super popular, I made like 63 of them for Christmas time one year, and I made them all in the Red Heart Unforgettable colorways. That stuff doesn't frog very well. It's pretty, but it doesn't frog very well, and I had very little left over, so I did some hair for a couple mermaids with it, which is also my own pattern in my Ravelry, and this is the one that was in the Pattern Pack Pro back in like April. I think it was April. This is the original one I made. I think they named her Marin, so she does have a name, unlike her two sisters I have with her. But these, this one's Red Heart Unforgettable yarn too. I love this one. I thought it was perfect mermaid hair. The purples and greens are my favorite. Yeah. So that's that. I was thinking about entering these, because I made all these ones. I was thinking about entering them into Holly from the Proper Pineapple. She has a doll crochet doll along going on right now. But I'm not sure if they're considered a doll because they have mermaid tail instead of legs. I'll have to ask her and see, because I got 3 of them I can enter, and then if they count. She always has fabulous prizes. Then I have one more, so actually I'm just going to toss this one back in here. So here's my last one, and she might be my favorite one. Maybe because I'm partial to the red hair, which I think always looks slightly like Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas. This like red stringy doll hair. She's got this little pop of, it actually is a little less sky blue. It's a little more very pale teal, very, very pale tealy blue. And then she's got, oh, see, her tail looks weird in this light. This green does not look like that in real life, but that's crazy. I want to say this is called like, I want to say it's called like Mosaic or something. Most of the stuff I use for these are just a Red Heart Super Saver. So there's that. So that is, oh, that's not everything I have done. I have one unicorn. Now this poor unicorn, I started it last year. So I found his face and his hair, and his face and his tail and his hair laying around in a box that I went through and I was organizing. And I'm like, why didn't I finish this? And I looked at it, I'm like, oh yeah, because I thought it looked like a hippopotamus. I finished it anyway, and I still think it looks like a hippopotamus, but maybe somebody will really want a purple hippopotamus looking unicorn. It bothers me slightly that he looks like a hippopotamus, but I'm okay with it. He's got very light pink Karen cake hooves and horn and nose, and then he's just got this little light purple, I don't remember the name of this colorway. I think it's a Big Twist colorway, and I really want to get more of it because I just freaking love it. Like watercolors or something, I can't remember, but I really, really like that color. So there's that guy, and he still needs a price tag. So I've got more owls to do, lots more big owls, and I have stuff to do more little owls and unicorns. I just need to get the eyes. I haven't even, I barely started one of my aliens, which is one of my works in progress. See, oh, there he is. There's as much progress as I've made on one of my aliens, which I should do more of these because I have a lot of green yarn, and they don't require any button eyes. So maybe I'll get to getting on these guys. And large owls. I've done a body for a large owl. Obviously this one is not as happy and bright as some of the other ones, but not everybody likes the happy bright colors, so you know, gotta make something for everybody. So all I have to do is add eyes, beak, and wings to this one, and fill him and sew him up, and he'll be ready to go. This is my owl pattern. I do have it for sale on Ravelry, but I'm probably going to be taking it down soon because it was the very first pattern I ever wrote, and it is a little rough, and I have changed it since then. When I first made it, it used to have button eyes, and I have since changed it to completely having just crocheted eyes for safety purposes, because a lot of them do go to very small children, and I didn't feel like the buttons were sewn on safely enough. So plus I really like my crocheted eyes instead. Add the little pops away, and they just look like these just big old huge amigurumi owl eyes instead of having like a little button in the center. definitely has a better effect in my opinion. So I do have 2 different versions of this kind of eye, so I'll probably add that in as well. I have this one, and then I have one basically just make it all white, and you stitch on black either this way and add some eyelashes, or you can stitch it on this way and I always put like 1 or 2 eyelashes up in the corner, so it either looks like he's a happy owl or a sleeping owl. But the stitches are slightly different for this one. At least I think they are. I'm pretty sure the instead of like double, half double, there's like a single in there or something to make them look a little, where the eyelashes go is different. I'll have to double check it, but anyway, I'm probably going to be taking that one down and redoing the pattern. So if I do, it will have like a re-release, and it will have a temporarily free code, so make sure you always keep your eyes peeled for anytime I talk about pattern releases, which hopefully I'll be doing some more of here soon once I get caught up with everything, because I do have a good several patterns on deck to be typed up and tested and things like that. So if you haven't watched before, I do personally like to just give a code for people for at least, it's normally been a week, but I might shorten it up a little bit for the pure fact that some of my patterns do get sold to the magazine, and I'm not allowed to sell or give away my patterns for free. I do have to sell them. So if I do like a temporarily, free code or discounted code, then that's normally okay with them. So I have to rethink my strategy of how I'm doing it, because all my other ones have been like, free for a week, so that people will test it out for me and things like that. I still really want to be able to give them away free for a little while at least, so my viewers get a nice little bonus for being subscribers, because you guys are awesome. So keep an eye open for a new owl pattern as well to be released on my page. Oh, you know what I haven't talked about? This. And I bet you're all wondering, Lacey, what is this? Now that I'm done with my whips and everything else, let's go ahead and talk about that. So, a bit back, for my birthday, I decided we were going to do an 80s male, because I was born in the 80s, and it seemed appropriate and fun, because I wanted to do another make-along. I've been so busy, I haven't had a chance to do the project that I wanted to do, and I'm still going to be busy for a while, as you can tell. So we're going to extend it for another month. We have had like 16 or so finished objects, I think, but I always like having more, and the objects we've had come in have been so much fun. There's been like Pac-Man inspired ones, and like from the movie Splash, and just so many fun things. I think I just got cramp on my arm. We even had one based off of like a jumpsuit, which was fun. So we're going to extend it for another month, which will end now on September 23rd. So if you were thinking, hey, that would be a fun mail to do, and you haven't picked, didn't get a chance to finish your object, or haven't even started one, you have time. You have time to enter. So you have a whole nother month now, because I'm going to need at least another month to even think about getting a project done. I won't even lie to you. These are going to be our prizes. So let me go ahead and show them off real quick. So first, I want to thank Denise, who is Crochet Today's on Instagram. She had won a prize a little while ago, and she so graciously decided to send in a couple prizes for my next giveaway. And one of them you will see in a later video. I'll probably post it the same day I post this one. The yarn in that one, I won't lie, she sent me a whole little thing. Actually, where did I put my other charm is the question now. I put it away somewhere safe, because I tried to record this earlier. Here it is. She sent me this adorable little owl pendant. She saw it and said she thought of me. How sweet is you? is you are you. It's got this gorgeous little purple crystal on its belly, and I just love him. Isn't that so sweet? Thank you, Denise. I just love him. I almost kind of want to just turn him into a necklace. I think he's too pretty for a stitch marker or anything. I don't want to lose him. Not only that, she sent in a couple balls of yarn and some stitch markers. The stitch markers I have divided up to go with some of the other prizes, just because I thought they were really cute little extras. But like I said, the one ball of yarn, she said, go ahead and take whatever you want and use the rest for giveaways. And I, that close to keeping it. You need to check out that video. I might even, I'll link it at the end of this one. So when you're done with this one, if you want to watch that video, it's going to be for our 1,000 subscriber giveaway, because we hit 1,000 subscribers, you guys. How amazing is that? I'm so excited. So not only are we doing the mail for prizes, at the end of this video, if you haven't already watched that one, I'm going to put a link for the 1,000 subscriber giveaway video. Go check out the prizes from that, because oh my gosh, she sent over a gorgeous ball of yarn that I love, and there's this really amazing bag from Kim from Chasing Acorns / Adventures in Craft. It's amazing. Anyway, back to this. For the 80s mail, our Instagram prize is going to be this ball of Sweet Roll by Premier Yarns, which looks orange and red, but it's not. It is. I might just have to take some pictures and put them in. This is super pink. This part here is kind of maybe an orangey pink. Then there's this light, I mean, it's like basic Valentine's colors. Different shades of pinks with like a reddish pink, like a dark cherry pink, light pink, bit of an orangey pink, and like a normal, I don't know what you'd call that, like a light pink, heart pink. I don't know what else to call it. It is a worsted weight. You get 245 yards from it, 100% acrylic, but it's really soft. I did use one, I think I used one for owls at one point. And I also added this little Made with Love charm, which came from Denise. Little heart says Made with Love. And then I'm also throwing in, I found this the other day and I had to buy one. I should have bought one for myself. It says, no problema. How adorable are you? It's just a little notebook. It's got a little corner hinge on it, so you can twirl it around and write little notes in it, because you always need notebooks. So there's our Instagram prize winner. And of course I always throw in little goodies here and there with them too. How did I decide this last time? This is going to be our chatter thread winner. There is a really crooked little button. It's from Crochet Luna. It says Equal Opportunity Yarn Lover in blue. If you've never checked out Claudia, who has the Crochet Luna podcast, you definitely want to check her out, because she has the most amazing pins and buttons, and she's just so sweet and so much fun to watch. All her stuff is always so beautifully made. There's a little tee that she sent in there as well. I had bought some buttons from her to wear to the Fiber Festival, and she sent me, so graciously sent me these extra pins for giveaways. And I'm going to pair that one with this yarn because, well, the blues almost match. This yarn is from Knit Picks and their Chroma Twist fingering base. It is in the Carnival color, or Carnival? I think it looks more like Carnival than Carnival. Maybe that's just me. It is 70% superwash wool and 30% nylon. You get 437 yards. And it's coming up pretty true to color. It's blues and oranges and reds and purples. I think there's a little more purple than blue though. And it looks pretty blue in camera, but it's more purple. And there's even like little, it's very marled. It looks almost like a hand spun. It's really cool. Lots of like golden yellows with bright oranges and pinks and purples. It's a lot of fun. Oh, and it also has a charm from Denise. So that's our chatter thread winner, and like I said, I'll probably throw some little goodies in there too. And then this is going to be our finished objects winner. Now this yarn is awesome. This one comes with a Happiness is Crochet pin from Claudia from Crochet Luna. And that one also has a little tea bag back there. And they have her cards, so you can always check out her shop that way. But like I said before, all links will be below. This is a ball. This one came from Denise. It is Yarn Bee yarn, which I believe is a Hobby Lobby yarn. I don't get to go to Hobby Lobby much. Most of my trips to Saginaw, where my big shops are on Sundays. And Hobby Lobby is not open on Sundays, so I very rarely get to go there, unfortunately. Or maybe fortunately for my checkbook. Cute little sun charm from Denise to put with that one. But look how happy, like the sun just felt right, because this just looks like a happy, bright, sunshiny day, doesn't it? Like blue clouds and golden sunshine and green grass and just happy little flower colors. I just adore this. This is on their Katarina base, and the color is Saturday Siesta. And this is 90% acrylic and 10% nylon. It is, I believe, a size 3? Yeah, size 3, so like a DK sport weight. It's really soft. I love when they mix the nylon with the acrylic because it's super durable and washable, but it's super soft, so it feels pretty luxurious. So that, along with this and whatever little goodies I decide to throw in there, is going to be our finished objects winner for the 80s mail. Plus, they're all like super nice bright colors, so it feels appropriate. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I'm pretty sure that's it. The only other thing I do want to talk about is I did get some yarn from Knit Picks on a sale. Got these ones. How fun. Oh, that is not all I want to talk about. I'm crazy. This just made me think of it too, because I said I'm doing some I'm really tired. I'm sorry. I'm doing some pattern testing. One of which I'm going to be starting here very soon for Holly from the Yarn Journey podcast for her Tri-Peaks Fade Shawl. Have you seen that? Holy cannoli. You guys, that is so gorgeous. She used Bad Wolf Girl Sits in Its Yarn. I think it's like Bad Wolf Studio or something by Meg. And it's so stunning. I asked her if I could make it, and I'm having the hardest time picking my colors. I think it's because she used one dyer. All 3 of her skeins that she put in hers were used by one dyer. So the speckles in it go together perfectly, and it looks like it's all one skein of yarn, but with like a different undertone. It's, oh my gosh. Of course, I'll have some pictures somewhere in here showing you what I'm talking about, because it's gorgeous. So the problem is, because I don't have the 3 skeins of speckled yarns by one dyer, and I don't quite have the funds to go get some anymore because I went to the Fiber Festival recently and spent all my babysitting money. I'm having a really hard time picking colors. Like, I have a couple like tonal with speckles, or tonals with extremely light speckles, or solids, or a speckle, and just none of them feel like they're gonna go together good. So I'm having a really hard time with it. I know I could probably just swatch it, but I also really don't want to wind up that many cakes of yarn to kind of figure out what I want to do. So I have until like mid-September, and judging the size and shape of the shawl, I could probably do it in 2 to 4 days. As my educated guess. So I still have time, thankfully, because I still have one more test that I'm trying to finish. I'll go grab it real quick. Okay, so this test knit is for Meg from the Knitters Party podcast, who's actually a Michigan girl, but she was living in Egypt, which is really freaking cool. She was living in Egypt. Yeah, Egypt. That's so cool. But she just moved back. She stopped over in Michigan for a little while, and then they moved over to California. Now, she came out with this really, really cool shawl called Fringe Theory. Like, how cool of a name is that anyway? and she said I could test it for her, and it goes really fast. Like, I haven't had a problem with going really fast. The problem is I started going too fast towards the end because I really wanted to have it done for the Fiber Festival, which I'm kind of glad I didn't, because it would have been way too hot to wear anyway. And I started going too fast, and I messed up my rows, so I put it aside, and I went back and fixed it the other night. So now everything lines up, but I'm missing 2 stitches on one side. So I really need to kind of sit down and concentrate real quick and figure that out so that I can fly through the rest of this. Because like I said, it works up nice and quick. It is a DK weight yarn, and I am using Barocco Vintage DK in the Cracked Pepper colorway. And this is going to be hard to show because it is longer than my needles at this point, but it's going to go this way, and it's a deep V shape because it's meant more for a style shawl than it is for a up around your neck warmth kind of thing. Obviously it's still going to be warm because it's a nice thick DK weight, but it's just meant to sit nice around your shoulders. It's going to be super long, so it wraps all the way down and around. It's got this gorgeous little, like, I shouldn't say little, big eyelet section on the bottom, and then fringe all along the bottom, which is super great. I went back and forth for a little bit. I almost picked a really pretty burgundy color, but I had 2 of these Cracked Pepper colors on hand. It's so hard to show. I'm going to have to squeeze it down so I don't make any or drop any stitches. So it has, here's the front. No, is that the front? Yeah, it's the front. It has a fisherman's rib pattern. I want to be able to show it properly. If I just squeeze out just the middle portion. There we go. It looks pretty good. So you can see it's already a fairly good size. I think I have maybe like 24 rows to go before I'm like done, and then I can add my fringe, which sounds like a lot, but it's not, considering every other row is a, you know, knit to get back kind of thing. Is that a fuzz? That's a fuzz. I just have to find those extra 2 stitches. So now that I'm actually fairly awake at this point, I might go ahead and do that tonight before I crash. I say that, but I have to get up at 6 a.m. Oh goodness. I do want to get this one done because it's she wants it back by mid-September too, and even the back on it looks really kind of cool too. That's the back of it. So yeah, I'm excited to get this one done. It's a fantastic pattern so far. It's very well written. The finished project is gorgeous, and I cannot wait to have it done. I just need to not rush and rush and knit at 3 a.m. because that's about when I realized I messed up. I was up watching a movie, and it was like 3 a.m. and then all of a sudden I looked down and I'm like, this isn't lining up, and I'm just gonna try and fix it right here and keep going, and that made it worse. So I had to be like fully awake the next day and figure out how far back I messed up, and I actually had done it like 2 rows down. So I went back through to where I had messed up, and I teamed back to the start of that, right where I first messed up, and then every row, the one below it, I went back through and dropped the stitch, picked it up and fixed it as to how it should be done, which I'm kind of proud of myself for being able to do that. The problem is I still dropped 2 at some point, so like I said, I have to find those ones. But that is, oh, I guess I should tell you, this is my gorgeous project bag from the Striped Tangerine in the Star Wars pattern. This bag is so cool. I love this bag. It's got a box bottom. I got this at the Ann Arbor Fiber Expo in the spring, which I'll be going to again this fall, and I'm super excited. How great is that? The Striped Tangerine has some awesome bags. I believe she had a Stranger Things one, and a couple of them. Some Harry Potter ones. She's got great stuff. Okay, so now that's all my whips and everything else I wanted to talk about. Pretty soon I'll be showing you Holly's too, because I'm super excited to get that one going once I figure out what I'm picking for colors. Maybe I'll insert some pictures at the end of my different color ideas, and you guys can like vote on them for me and help me pick. You want to do that? Let's do that. I'm going to put some pictures at the end of this, and you guys can help me pick some colors because I have no idea what to do. The problem is, one of them I really liked had a green in there, that I really wanted to use for something else. So I don't know. Anyway, one last thing to talk to you about before I stop blabbering about yarn. Randy from Random Randy's Ramblings has a fantastic Etsy shop, and a while back she had dyed some yarn, and I personally, her and I both have a slightly gothic tendency towards some colors and things like that. Music taste. She has this one, she's a couple, The Beast and the Harlot, which is based on an Avenged Sevenfold song, and I love it. So I almost got that one. I think it's called The Beast. It was like black and green. So I might have to go back and get that one here pretty soon because I quite enjoy that one. But she showed this one back a long time ago when she first made it, and it kind of stole my heart. It's called Frostbitten Zombie. And I'm not normally a green-yellow person, but oh my gosh, I just loved the way that it popped against the dark blue and the black. This blue is actually a little darker in real life. Maybe not. Yeah, a little bit. And then the black's a little darker too. But oh my gosh, I love this. So when she said that she was putting her yarn on sale, or maybe it was just she was having a sale in her shop, I jumped on and got one of these, and I was super excited that she still had this one. I didn't even realize. I figured it sold out like right away. It is fingering weight, 100 grams, 357 yards. It is 80% Highland wool and 20% nylon. So maybe it says superwash wool. And Sear Handmade is her Etsy shop. If you can see that. Almost kind of focused. Look at that. I'll put her link below as well, obviously. She also has a podcast if you haven't checked her out, which I'm sure a lot of you have, but she has a podcast as well where she makes all sorts of awesome crochet and occasionally knit things. She's super crafty. She also, I don't think she ever showed these ones on her podcast. She does really cute little clay charms now too. But I had to look at her other charms, and I saw this set. Now, I have two motives for buying this set. Three reasons for buying this set. It was cheap as heck, like way cheaper than it should be, but I'm okay with it because I bought it. Two, I think it's gorgeous, and I'm obsessed with it. And three, who is it? Now I'm going to draw a total blank here. There's going to be a Strictly sock along. I think that's what it's called. Strictly. It's a British thing. I guess it's kind of like our Dancing with the Stars here in America, to my understanding. I think that's what it is. It's Allie from Little Drops Wonderful is hosting it. And these remind me of little disco balls. Look at that. How precious is this? So there's the first one, and it's this gorgeous like silvery black color, which I'm obsessed with. It's just like a little piece of cloth wrapped around a little bulb. I love it. It also has this little furry one. See if you can see that. It's furry. And then this one is super sparkly and fabulous, and I hope this focuses. It is filled with little dark, like slate gray, sparkly gems inside. If I hold it back, you can see it better. It's so cute, and I love them. I love them so much. Now, I think she had like a really pretty blue and a brighter silvery color and a black. I don't really remember, but like I said, her link is below, so check it out because I'm totally putting these on my projects for the Strictly Sock Along. I really hope that's what it's called. Allie, if you watch this, I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. Oh, but Allie, funnily enough, is that a word, funnily? I don't know, guys, it's like midnight now, I'm tired. Anyway, her episode where she did yarn dyeing with Kool-Aid is what inspired me to do my one yarn with Kool-Aid like forever and a million years ago. Side note, not only did Randy make these awesome charms and this amazing yarn, when I placed my order, she so generously sent me a little gift. It's just a cute little gift, but I love it. And I think she knows that I will appreciate this because it's a little zombie. My kids instantly, when they saw it, they're like, is that a zombie? I was like, yeah, it totally is. And they tried to take it, but that wasn't happening. This is totally going on my keychain. I love it. It's really well made too. I am very impressed with your little amigurumi skills, darling. He is so precious. I love him. Thank you, Randy. I can't get it up. I've had him hanging on my desk and I'm just kind of like playing with him all day when I'm bored. I just kind of pull him down and hang on to him, but he is going to go on my keychain. I just wanted to show him off here first. So now that I've rambled on for like an hour and showed off a million little things, I think I'm done. And if I forgot anything, I'll just talk about it later. So that's it. I'm sure I'll have I might not have as many things to show you, like pumpkin farm wise, because I do have to take it all to the pumpkin farm on the 4th is my first drop off date. I am going to try and take little photographs of like everything I take there and put it up. I have one project page in my Ravelry right now, and it's just going to be the one project page, and it will basically have pictures of everything I take in that one project page. It's just called like, you know, stuff for Johnson's Pumpkin Farm or something like that. So if you're interested in to see what all I do end up taking up there, I should have, if all goes according to plan, I should have pictures of everything that I take. So yeah, that's all I've got for you guys today. I hope you're all doing well, and good luck with the 1,000 subscriber giveaway, which, like I said, video will be linked after this one. Thank you all for helping me hit that mark and grow the channel and being able to do things like all these giveaways. It's been so much fun, and it's been so great spending so much time with you guys, and I can't wait to expand and keep doing more things. If you haven't joined that 80s mail yet, like I said, you got almost a whole nother month at this point because I need it. So make sure you join in that so you can win one of these prizes. And oh, I just got an email from FiberShare saying, hey, have you signed up yet? Which I haven't. I might need to go do that now. So until next time, you guys, happy knitting, happy crocheting, and happy crafting. We'll see you guys later.